Okay, so now you have worked out the demographics of who your ideal clients are, or commonalities of your existing ideal clients in their demographics. It's time to look at the psychographics. Scary word, but it's awesome. So the psychographics really helps you really get to know who your ideal clients are and what drives their decision making. It's not easy to work out, but it is so worthwhile. So when we talk about psychographics, the first step of understanding the psychographics of your ideal client is to identify the values they have that drive their decision-making behaviour. Now again, keep your top 10, your top 3, those most profitable clients who you love to work with, love to deal with, in mind. Have a think about them and think about, is there commonalities in the values that they hold? So I'll use Starfish as an example again, and I will continue to use Starfish as an example as we work through this process. Starfish actually has 3 ideal clients. Demographically, they all look really similar. Psychographically, they all look really different. So I'm going to start with my time-poor business owners. So the values that drive their decision-making behaviours include loyalty, integrity, action-oriented, and humour. So there's four values there. That's a word, basically. I'll talk about some of the behaviours behind those values in a moment. The important thing though is when you are identifying the values that drive the decision-making behaviour, to have no more than 5. If you have more than 5, again, you will end up having a very confused message going out there. You don't have to have 5, you might have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. No more than 5. So, stepping back to Starfish, one of the values that I identified as their decision-making behaviour value is loyalty. So what does that mean? That means these people are loyal themselves and they expect loyalty from others. It also means that they believe they're placing a lot of trust in you and handing over something precious to you or to me to do their marketing. It also means that they're not price driven. So they believe in quality rather than chasing the cheapest price. And if they're ever unhappy with anything that is delivered or purchased, they will actually come to me and have a discussion about it and give the opportunity to fix, rather than going out and saying bad things and looking for an alternative provider without having a discussion. They're the behaviours behind that loyalty. They're the behaviours that they demonstrate themselves and they expect that of others. So that's loyalty. All my clients have that aspect to them. Action-oriented. So my time-poor business owners love to do things themselves, but they're time-poor. So marketing always falls to the bottom of the list. They want to do their marketing themselves, but they run out of time. At the same time, they value outsourcing to make sure that that service gets done for them, that their marketing gets done for them. So while they're action-oriented, behaviour behind the decision making is that they value what I can deliver. They value marketing for their business, so they're prepared to outsource it. One of the things with this, however, is that they really take time to trust someone. So it may take a while for them to actually get to know me and believe that I am able to deliver their marketing for them. Once they do have that trust level, they'll make a decision really quickly. So these are my time-poor business owners: loyalty, action-oriented. Integrity is they themselves do what they say they're going to do, and they expect that from you as well, or from me as well. So it links very closely into the action-oriented aspect. They have to trust and place a lot of trust in me to deliver their services for them. So integrity is really important. They also won't do anything icky. So they have really, really strong ethical streak, and they won't do anything icky, and they do not expect me to do anything icky or propose anything icky in terms of marketing activities. So as you can see, that single word, the behaviours behind it are really strong, and understanding these behaviours help you better understand who your ideal clients are. My other two ideal clients, as an example, I also have, I call them my action-oriented businesses or outcome-oriented businesses. Loyalty is also really strong value with them, and the behaviours around that are very similar. They're also action-oriented. However, the behaviours around the action-oriented aspect or value is different with these guys. So the action-oriented is that they want to see action being taken, and they want to see outcomes from that action being taken. So different to wanting to do it themselves, don't have time to do it themselves, valuing outsourcing and trusting someone to take on, their business, their baby, to do their marketing for them. These guys are absolutely in the camp of, we want action taken, we're prepared to pay for it, but we want to see results. So you can see quite different psychographics in that very similar value that I've described. So what I want you to do, and this is going to take you a little bit of time, but I want you to think about those most profitable clients who you love to work with, who you love to deal with. What are the values that drive their decision-making behaviour? And this is why I say think about your existing clients, because you already know them and who they are and their personalities and what is important to them. So that's why that information will give you who your ideal clients are, will help you define the values that drive the decision-making behaviour of your ideal clients. Block out some time, sit down, go identify those decision-making values that drive your ideal clients. As you work through the psychographics, those decision-making values of your ideal clients, and keeping those most profitable clients who you love to work with or deal with in mind, you may find that there are half of your ideal clients have these values in common and half have these values in common. What that means is you have two different types of ideal clients. So the thing with working through who your top, most profitable, who you love to work with clients are, what are the commonalities, and then if there's differences, significant differences between some, that's when you carve out and go, okay, I've got more than one ideal client. I mentioned that I have my time-poor business owners and I have my outcome-oriented businesses. So they both have loyalty in there, they both have outcome-oriented or action-oriented in the decision-making values, but what I identified as working through them was that they're different. So that's where you can identify if you have more than one ideal client, and it's important to then identify the strong values between them, because again, that will impact on your marketing that you do and the messaging that you do to reach them. It will be different because they have different values that drive them. So you can have more than one ideal client. As you're working through the process, identify the commonalities, and that will give you whether you have 1, 2, 3 different ideal clients or not.